It started with a knock. 3 sharp, steady taps. Knock, knock, knock. At 3:42 a.m., I was wide awake. Again. Couldn't sleep. Not since I moved in. It had been about 2 months since the breakup. Messy, toxic, long overdue. I'd just turned 26, and this little one-bedroom apartment in Tacoma felt like my first real start. Nothing fancy. Just a quiet place near the edge of downtown. The kind of building where neighbors nod but don't talk. Where the walls are thick enough to hide your cries, but thin enough to hear a couple arguing 2 floors down. I'd been pacing the room, hoodie on, barefoot, trying to decide if I should make tea or just knock myself out with melatonin. That's when I heard it. Knock, knock, knock. I froze. My eyes darted to the oven clock. 3:42 a.m. Nobody should be here. The air suddenly felt heavier, like the whole apartment was holding its breath. I waited. Nothing. The knock didn't come again. I slowly tiptoed toward the door, careful not to step on the creaky spot in the middle of the floor. My heart thudded harder with every step. I leaned forward and looked through the peephole. Empty hallway, dim lights, no shadows, no sound, just silence. I stayed there. 5 seconds, then 10, then buzz. My phone lit up on the kitchen counter, vibrating against the laminate. I flinched hard. I ran over, grabbed it. One new message. Unknown. Don't open the door. He's still in there. My stomach dropped. I read it again. Don't open the door. He's still in there. I slowly turned my head toward the hallway that led to my bedroom. The shadows looked darker now. I always locked the door. Didn't I? I tried to steady my hands as I typed. Who is this? No reply. The silence stretched. Then, buzz. Oh, to the bedroom window. Quietly. Leave through it. Now. I didn't move right away. The hallway was still. I reached for the light switch, flicked it on. Click, click. Nothing. The bulb didn't turn on. That's when I heard it. Creak. It came from the bedroom, right where the loose floorboard is, the one I always step on near the closet. Someone was in there. I pressed my hand over my mouth to keep from screaming. I couldn't use the front door. Too loud, too far, too risky. I turned and tiptoed toward the window. It looked out over the alley. A brick ledge ran under it, wide enough to crouch on if I was careful. I slid the window open as slowly as possible. It squealed, just a little. A cold breeze rushed in. I climbed out. My knees scraped against the wall, but I didn't care. I crouched low, hugging the brick, heart pounding. From the ledge, I could see into my bedroom. The curtains moved slightly in the breeze, and then I saw him, a shape, inside. A man, tall, thin, shaved head, skin pale as paper. He wasn't facing me. He wasn't moving. He just stood between the closet and the bed, completely still, like he was listening. Buzz. Another message. Well, don't let him know you saw him. Stay still. He waits, hides in closets, for people who live alone. My lips trembled. I couldn't breathe right. I typed, hands shaking. Who are you? The reply came instantly. I used to live there. I didn't climb back in until sunrise. I stayed on that ledge, knees numb, phone clutched to my chest like it could protect me. When the sky finally turned gray, the room looked still again, empty. I slipped inside, quiet, no man. I checked the corners, under the bed, behind the curtains. Nothing. But the closet door. It wasn't fully shut. It was open just a crack. Not enough to notice if you weren't looking. Just enough for something to step out. I called the police. They searched the place top to bottom. No signs of forced entry. No man. No one hiding. Just me. My stuff. Except one of the officers wrinkled his nose. Smells like metal in here. Rusty. He opened the closet. Nothing inside, except for a faint reddish streak along the edge of the wood. He said it was probably old varnish, but I knew better. I moved out 3 days later. Left half my things behind. I never went back, but sometimes, late at night, my phone still buzzes. No name, no number, just one line. He's still in there.